10. The Maneater of Champawat. A full account. Introduction. In the early 20th century, the Kumaon region of India was gripped by terror due to a man-eating leopard that roamed the hills around Champawat. Known as the Maneater of Champawat, this notorious predator claimed over 400 lives, making it one of the deadliest man-eaters in recorded history. This account explores the historical context, the beast's reign of terror, the efforts to hunt it down, and its eventual demise. Historical context. The year was 1907, and the Kumaon region was still reeling from the impacts of colonialism, where local populations often faced poverty, dislocation, and the challenges of living in a rugged landscape. Agriculture was the primary occupation, and villagers relied heavily on their livestock for sustenance. As deforestation and human encroachment into natural habitats increased, wildlife began to encroach into human settlements, leading to increased encounters between humans and predators. The emergence of the man-eater. The Maneater of Champawat was a leopard, Panthera pardus, that began its predatory spree in the late summer of 1907. Initial reports indicated that it was attacking livestock, a common occurrence in rural India. However, as the days turned into weeks, the leopard's appetite shifted towards humans. According to local accounts, the first human victim was a young woman who had ventured into the forest to collect firewood. News of the attack spread quickly, instilling fear among the villagers. As the leopard continued its assaults, more people fell prey to its cunning, and panic gripped the community. Its victims and their stories. The leopard's first notable attack occurred in September 1907, when it killed a villager named Nandram. This attack marked the beginning of a wave of fatalities. Eyewitness accounts describe how the leopard would stalk its victims, often choosing the weak or unsuspecting. 1. Nandram. The attack on Nandram took place during the evening. He had been walking home after a long day in the fields. As he passed through the dense underbrush, the leopard pounced, dragging him into the darkness. Villagers found his body the next day, instilling fear in the community. 2. Other victims. Over the following weeks, reports flooded in of similar attacks. The victims included men, women, and even children. One of the most tragic stories was that of a mother who was killed while trying to protect her child. The leopard's ability to scale trees and leap considerable distances made it a formidable foe, and it often struck at night when the villagers were most vulnerable. The hunt for the man-eater. As the death toll climbed, the British authorities were alerted to the situation. In October 1907, Colonel John Henry Patterson, a chief engineer and professional hunter, was called to Champawat to deal with the crisis. Patterson had experience hunting man-eating leopards and was determined to stop the terror gripping the region. Upon arrival, Patterson conducted a thorough investigation into the attacks, speaking with locals to gather intelligence about the leopard's behavior and movements. He learned that the leopard often returned to the same spots to scavenge after a kill. Utilizing this information, Patterson set up traps and bait to lure the predator. Patterson's strategy involved a combination of baiting and tracking. He initially set up a kill site, placing a goat as bait in an area known for previous attacks. He then positioned himself nearby to observe the leopard's approach. After several nights of waiting in vain, Patterson realized that the leopard had become increasingly wary, likely due to the intense pressure from the community and the hunting efforts. Undeterred, he shifted his tactics, opting to use a different kind of bait, carcasses from previously killed animals, believing that the scent would be more enticing. The final confrontation. The night of December 1st, 1907 marked a turning point. Patterson had finally managed to attract the leopard to the bait, and after days of anticipation, he found himself staring down the beast. The leopard was described as massive, with a coat of deep gold, dark rosettes, and fierce yellow eyes. As the leopard approached the carcass, Patterson took aim and fired. The shot struck true, but the leopard, despite its injuries, managed to escape into the dense foliage. This prompted a frantic search through the jungle, but Patterson's resolve only strengthened. Over the next few days, he continued his pursuit, following blood trails and relying on his understanding of the leopard's behavior. On December 5, 1907, he spotted the leopard again, this time weak and unable to evade him. The kill. In a decisive moment, Patterson took another shot. This time, the bullet found its mark, and the Maneater of Champawat collapsed. As Patterson approached the fallen leopard, a mix of relief and somberness washed over him. The hunt had cost the lives of hundreds of innocents, and now, finally, the terror was over. The leopard was measured and examined, revealing that it had been a mature male, likely older than 10 years. Analysis of its teeth and claws showed wear consistent with its age and the struggles it had endured. It was estimated that this particular leopard had been responsible for over 400 human deaths, marking it as one of the most dangerous predators in history. Chat. Aftermath and legacy following the death of the man-eater, Patterson had the leopard's body preserved and later sent it to the Natural History Museum in London. It became an object of fascination and a grim reminder of the relationship between humans and wildlife in a rapidly changing world. Patterson returned to England and recounted his experiences, which gained significant media attention. He published his findings and experiences in a book titled The Man-Eaters of Kumaon, which not only chronicled the events but also offered insights into the ecological balance between humans and wildlife. The story of the Maneater of Champawat became legendary, instilling a sense of caution regarding human-wildlife conflict. It served as an early warning of the consequences of habitat encroachment and the complexities involved in cohabiting with nature. Kumaon. Conclusion. The saga of the Maneater of Champawat is a profound reflection on the struggles faced by rural communities in India during the early 20th century. It highlights the impact of colonialism, human encroachment on wildlife habitats, and the fragile balance that exists between man and nature. The story remains relevant today, reminding us of the importance of understanding wildlife behavior and conservation efforts to prevent similar tragedies from occurring in the future. As human populations continue to expand, learning from historical encounters such as this is crucial in fostering a more harmonious coexistence with the natural world. This chilling tale of the Man-Eater of Champawat serves as a poignant reminder that while humans may dominate the land, the wild still holds the power to reclaim its territory in unexpected and terrifying ways.